Darren, I guess Tucker and Lamar talked about feeling like the effort was there tonight, and that it just couldn't translate into the sequence of plays you needed as a coach. Just sort of, what's your message on an afternoon when maybe you do get the effort you need, you get sort of the intensity and the work rate, and that just can't quite translate into the sequence of stops and scores.
Yeah, I thought our fight was great. Especially the second half, the guys were really battling, competing. I thought our first shot defense was really good in the second half. They got 9 offensive rebounds in the second half, which were just killers for us, because we had opportunities there where we got it to right where 2-possession game and get a stop and get the ball, get in transition, get the crowd into it. And it seemed like they just came up with all the loose balls, all the big plays in those situations. But again, I thought the guys hung around. Even that second half when we just couldn't get enough consecutive possessions offensively to get over that hump. But again, they were leaving it all out there, I thought, for the most part.
Yeah, obviously you get it to within 5, then they take control. That was an issue in the second half. First half, giving up the 45, how big of an issue did you feel that was, just sort of them kind of creating just a little bit of space that made you guys have to fight the whole way?
Yeah, I thought the first half in the man, we had switched them a decent amount in the first game, and on the half court we had done a pretty good job. They had really hurt us in transition in the first game, so I thought they took advantage. They got us a little more on the high-low in this game, where the last game they were coming more from the wing. So they got us there a little bit. We made some adjustments to slow that down. Still on the interior, like one-on-one, we had to bring bodies, and they were spraying it out and knocking down threes, and that's where it makes them hard. But I thought our zone was really good to us today. I thought the guys did a good job of really managing the game with our zone, and they haven't done a lot of that in games. So I thought overall they did a good job there of communicating and had a few breakdowns, but we just felt like that was better alternative than them running their offense, throwing it inside, having fears in space, and making them have to play a little bit like they're not as used to.
The players have come in here the last couple losses and sounded very dejected about kind of how things have gone. How do you as a coach kind of push the right buttons, or what have you found? What do you think will be the way to kind of get our message across that you guys can bounce back from this? Like in the locker room, what are you telling them? How have you approached this team specifically, with the 4-game losing streak?
Yeah, I told them, it's a long season, and you're almost at the end of it. We had a tough 4-game stretch in the middle of it. They bounced back and played some of our best basketball right after that. So, came home, beat Rutgers, beat Purdue, went to Oregon and won. So, similar deal. We had a rough stretch. There's a short amount of time here with the regular season and the Big Ten tournament to go on a run, and that has to be our mindset, has to be our focus. Just leave it all out there. Finish the job. So we got one more home game left. It'll be a big game for us. We got a quad 1 at Ohio State. Then you got the Big Ten tourney. So our focus has to just be on that next one and find a way to try to beat Minnesota.
Coach, they made a lot of big threes in that game, a lot of late shot clock threes. I think Kurt Tang was 6 of 8 from 3 with some late ones in the possession. Was it a deal where you guys were kind of missing the scouting report with him, or just kind of things just got away with you with long possessions? Yeah,
I thought there was a few. He certainly got clean ones. I thought there were some of the late shot clock ones. We were there. He made them. A few of them were off of scrambles, off of offensive rebounds too, if I remember right. At least one I know in the second half. That was a big one. Fears hit a couple. Those were, and I thought they were all, timely ones too. And some of them we had really good defense. They made them over the top of a challenged arm. Some of the open ones, those are the ones that that hurt when you give them something that they're, and that gets them going. Now they make maybe one of those that's a little more challenged.
Yeah, just how surprised are you about the way the last handful of weeks have gone? It kind of seemed like after the Oregon win, you guys had hit this higher level. Are you surprised about how it's just the way these last handful of weeks have been, I guess? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we were playing really, really good basketball coming off of the Oregon game. Went to Illinois and had a tough stretch there. Purdue came home, the Northwestern one at home. That was the one that we really felt like we let get away. And then tonight we knew it was going to be a battle again. And I thought we competed our asses off tonight. Just wasn't enough.
Darren, what do you think of the offense you guys ran tonight and your shot selection?
Yeah, I didn't think our offense got nearly enough movement. I thought Michigan State did a really good job of keeping the ball in front of us. The first time around they did a little more hedging, which gave us some throwback opportunities and things. I thought tonight they were a little more connected and made it. Those 2-on-2 battles, they were able to just kind of switch it. Now the ball's in front of them, so I thought we had a lot of late clock with no movement, not enough action there, for us. So that's certainly a reason why I don't think our offense is as good.
Coach, Tucker and Lamar are the only guys to score a field goal in the second half. And Tucker said something about going down swinging earlier. Do you feel like they're the reason if you guys do go on and win to push you guys forward?
Yeah, I think Lamar and Tucker, two guys that we need to score. Obviously we'll take scoring from anywhere. I thought Sam gave us a good lift, especially in that first half too. So all of that's going to contribute. But those are two guys that for us, we certainly need them to be active and be aggressive and create opportunities not only for themselves but for others.
You said the first shot defense was good. You said you thought that they worked hard tonight on the court. So what was missing tonight in your eyes?
Yeah, I didn't think we had the offensive piece throughout the game. I just never thought we got, great offense possession after possession. I didn't think there was a lot of consistency there. Defensively, after the first 8-10 minutes or so, I thought we were much better. I thought the second half was really just the rebounding. If we had gathered some more of those offensive rebounds, and they were there. It was, there a lot of bodies, a lot of hands. If we had come out with a few more of those, maybe we're in transition and like I said, get the crowd really into it and see what happens.
Coach, Tatum Connerway seemed to play well against Purdue and Northwestern. No minutes in the second half tonight. What led to Josiah Miles kind of getting those minutes instead of Connerway tonight?
Yeah, we just decided we thought Josiah was playing really hard and was very active and so we decided to go with him.